What is poppin', your boy RaJuR. I was trying to adjust the situation so you can see the top experience, but it's not working. So now I'm gonna see if I can just adjust it and make sure it's straight. Yeah, how about that right there? That looks straight, right? That's a good. All right. Y'all can't see the very top because I didn't want to go. I've been wanting to go like horizontal mode when it comes to doing these videos, but I decided not to. I decided to go. This is horizontal mode. This guy. Let's start the music from the Experiences album. This is going to be just the music and not the singing. Holla at your boy RaJuR. Cool. Thanking those high for the opportunity to be able to see you guys this evening. We have been doing evening videos lately, but now tonight we're doing an evening video back here, not in the studio, but right here where it smells good at. All right. We're going to fire up an incense. Now, what we're going to do is we got to move this light down so y'all can see the firing of the incense. In the meantime, let's start the music. How you doing? Here we go. I'll be right back. Holla. Had to turn that light out to set the tone so y'all can get the colors and all the aspirations of what pops off back here in the Scent Lab. Yeah, not the music lab, not the studio, not Rock House Studios, just over in another room, but right here in the Centurium of RaJuRiousness. How y'all doing? All right. Hey, look here, I had a great day today. I hadn't been working a little bit. Work had been slow. And man, I was getting a little worried. I'm like, well, look, I might have to get me another gig because y'all know how I like to spend money. So I was like, oh, he snap. And then I didn't think I was working today. All of a sudden last night, I looked at my manifest and oh, snap. Had a piece of work pop up. And actually, if I had did 2 pieces of work I would have done, I would probably just be on my way. What was that? Third some fall. I would have been on my way coming back from MetLife Stadium for the soccer game, but we couldn't really work that together with the other company that was up there picking up some of the high-end people that was at the soccer game, so we couldn't work it out. So they said we'll just head on back down and call it a night. But what did I wear today? Since we're back here in the Centurium of the Centuriosity. Hold on. In fact, I'm taking these headphones off. Today we wore from the house of, Cot Lodge. From the house of Cot Lodge. And we wore, let me turn it down a little bit. I see I'm redding out on the zone here. From the House of Collage, I wore First Son. Very nice vanilla piece. Oh man, I sprayed out a lot of that. A lot of nice vanilla piece. I wore this to do some executive limoing of Sir Charles today. Yes, Sir Charles Barkley was my client for today. So I wore this First Son. And yeah, vanilla with some woods. Can't beat it. UAE. I have some niche fragrances don't smell as good as this. Real talk. And having both the niche collection and of course the UAE collection. And also, yeah, the wood oils, the oud oils, we got those too. We started getting more oud oils. Tomorrow I'm probably going to try to see if I can. I mean, the oud oils are so high at Arabian Oud. Man, them bad boys are hot. I mean, if these wood chips weren't high enough, cause like these little teeny weeny wood chips I got right here, I got a Cambodian piece I talked about like a couple weeks ago. Cambodian 650. That was like $13 for a gram. Man, it came all together. It was like, well, actually I bought everything, came to $200. But the gram was like, one was $16 a gram, one was $13 a gram, another one was $14 a gram. So that's 30 and 13, $43 for these little itty bitty teeny pieces of wood. Can you believe that? Little itty bitty teeny pieces of wood. And I spent $63. Now I burnt some already. I definitely burned some already, but come on, man. I mean, and the thing about it is, let me turn this down. Hold on. What's going on? RG is in the house. Man, Charles, I'll tell you the story after I finish talking about the fragrances. Yeah, these little teeny weeny wood chips. And they give it to you in these little teeny boxes. But they're beautiful boxes of Arabian Oud, right? And you just take it out and you go like here, and then you open it up. And then the name of it, they put it right there. I think I got this one right, because I moved them around. This is called Super Calamotin Oud. And the piece, I don't even want to burn it. I got like 2 of these little teeny weeny pieces left. It might have been another. I might have chopped it. I might have burned 2 of these pieces. Like $14. That's it. So you don't go and burn these forever. You burn them real quick. They're only gonna burn, and I'm learning now. I don't learn now. I learned that the charcoal will last about an hour. About a good 30 minutes real heated. Like maybe an hour still get a little bit hanging on. So what I do is, when I know I haven't put anything on the charcoal, in about almost like maybe 45 minutes, and oh dang, it's still burning, I'll fill my hand, put it over top of it. I'll put another little piece on that bad boy, then I'll smother it a little bit to let it get that heat on it, and then I'll take the cover off, and then it'll start burning again. Yeah, so this is a Super Calamotin Oud. Little bit of stick, $14. So I don't even want to go through the other two. The other two, one like a piece of wood, come off of like a wood chair or something, man. And I forgot the name of that one, but I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I got to spend my money carefully. But I really want to put a lot more energy into these ouds. And I have Insar Oud over there that I got from my man Christian in Virginia. And I got another oud over there called Kura. Everybody like that bad boy. I bought that a long time ago. Beautiful bottle. So yeah, I got some oud oils as well. A lot of oud oils down there. Again, the Christian turned me on to, in like little roll-ons. You can roll them on. And I gave one to Juicy Boot last night. I gave her one that I had. I forgot the name of it. She liked it, so I gave it to her. But yeah, I'm gonna get into these oils, man. Look, I got all the niche fragrances I can really possibly want. I mean, there is one like I keep talking about, the one from last week that I smelled the Perfumology called Nusima. The box all the way over there, Nusima. Oh man, that smells so good. It's so complex. The note tree is so crazily complex. I really like it. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna take any money like that and and spend money on it. It's like $225 for 100 mil. And like I said, I don't need 100 mil of anything really. I mean, that right there make you want to buy 100 mil for $225, which is a very good deal. Really, between the Central Perfumes, RDZ is even cheaper. RDZ you get for like, about two. That's right. RDZ is about 202 or something like that, close to 200. A lot of these new houses, whether they're new or whether they're just coming up, coming to perfumology, for like around $200, you get 100 mil. And now the young lady that was there for the white party this week, hers a little bit more expensive. Hers like $300, $325, depending on which one it is. 400 mil of hers. So, not to disrespect the name, I didn't make the event, but yeah, definitely. So, yeah, that's the one I'm really looking at. And of course, Perfumology's the Pursuit of Happiness 250th anniversary, only 250 bottles. I'm gonna grab that as well. So we'll see how that goes. But y'all know, I don't want to talk about how many fragrances I have, whether they're niche fragrances and things that you can't see the ones up top, my premium. Well, all of them are premium, but they're more premium up top, as well as my UAE collection back here. And then around the frame of my mirror, the mirror used to sit over there near my bed. I decided to put the mirror right there, put some lights around it, and put all my little pieces over there. You know what I mean? The little 5 mils and all that stuff. Throw that over there. And then, of course, if you look way over there, my samples over there, right there. My samples are there, like a whole bunch of 5 mil samples. So, again, I easily have over 600 fragrances. And I don't talk about 600 bottles per se, but definitely over 600 fragrances. I can put my nose on, I got 600 different fragrances that are different. All right? And that includes the UAEs as well. So yeah, definitely doing that. But yeah, this bad boy right here, first on for my collage. This is nice, yo. This is nice and strong. And Mr. Barkley, aka don't call me Mr. Barkley, call me Charles. Well, he didn't say all that. He said, I said, Mr. Barkley. He's like, don't call me Mr. Barkley. Call me Charles. All right, cool. All right, let me get your door. Don't get my door. I'll get my door. You can go ahead. I'll get my door. Man, you talking about cool, bro. See, that's the difference between the real. And look, I'm not going to say anything against anybody else, but I can see why he can speak the way he want to speak when he on TV with Shaq and all of them, and all these phony fake dudes. Cause I could imagine picking up Shaq. I can see him being a hole. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry to say it, but I can see if I had picked up Shaq and picked him up, I can see him want me to open the door for him and, all right, can I sit and wave in the back seat because I'm 7'6", so can you roll these seats up and I want to put them. I can see him doing all that. Man, Charles got back there and it's chill. He was on his phone, bada bing, bada boom, and then we broke into a conversation real quick. Then he get a call, then he'll make a call, and he looking at some things on his phone, and blah, 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 blah. Not even a big deal, man. And we just really had a good ride. And, again, I would say he one of my most favorite rides because he kept it real. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I've had expensive rides, believe me. Charles, Mr. Barkley, Sir Charles is not the first ride I've had. That was an expensive ride. I mean, and that's only because nowadays, again, when it comes to sports, they're getting paid much more money. The money they're making now, Charles should have been making that money. If Charles was playing now, Charles would be making the same money. But I picked up Tyrese Maxey. He's a young man making $24 million a year. I picked him up. I picked him. I think it was his girlfriend and his brother. I picked them up from where they live. Can't tell you where. I picked up them. Who else did I pick up? Maria Taylor. I asked about Maria. I said, Maria Taylor, right? He was like, yeah. I said, yeah, I picked up as well. At the same time I saw Nick Saban when I picked him up from. And I took Maria to New York, and I took Tyrese. I took him to the airport, Philly International Airport. So, I've picked up people before. And if I haven't picked up millionaires, I picked up CEOs, and I picked up a CEO, got a crib in New York. And I finally got to see the World Trade Center. I was like right there. I can look at the World Trade Center today. I never saw it. It's right there on Wall Street, whatever it is. You can see it right there. World Trade Center. I finally got to see it. And the first thing I thought was, them people that was just walking here, minding their business that day, and that first dip happened, man, that must have been crazy. Then the second dip, and then when it started just coming down, man, I couldn't imagine what they was going through sitting right there. That's unbelievable what went down there. And now I'm standing right next to the new piece, and man, that was crazy. But Nevertheless, two on one hand, four on another. Just something I wanted to talk about because it was just amazing to me. Because again, another millionaire I picked up who actually lives here also in PA. I mean, he lived in an apartment building where it was like $32,000 a month for rent. Yeah, $3,200 a month. I looked it up. The rent started from $8,000 a month to $32,000 a month. And this gentleman had a place there. And then he came back here and went to his well-to-do house in a well-to-do area in well-to-do PA. And that was a nice crib. Hey, man, look, you get the money, man. I don't know, man. You know, and me and Charles was talking about that as well. Man, we talked about a lot of stuff, man. We really talked. I mean, you're talking about a real down-to-earth brother. I'm telling you, I don't know of any other. I mean, maybe Tyrese, but see, Tyrese wasn't by himself. Tyrese was with his girl and with his, I think it was a girl, and his brother. And they're just cracking jokes, and then Tyrese was on the phone talking to the basketball players, talking about how they was injured and stuff like that, and cracking jokes. And I'm up there laughing. I'm like, yo, man, you cracking me up back there, cuz. And, but I'm not intimidated by stars, because I always tell y'all, I'm a Grammy member. I'm a recording artist. I'm a star too. Not to that level, but I'm just as much star as their stars. And we're just in a different business. You know what I mean? I'm in the music business. They're in the sports business. You know what I mean? Or whether I picked up the gentleman who, the $32,000, I don't know his apartment was $32,000, but he lived in a building with $32,000. That's where I picked him up from. And we end up knowing Pink together. I'm like, yeah, I gave Pink some of my music or whatever. He's like, yeah, I work for Pink too. I'm like, really? And this gentleman's a millionaire. I forgot what he did. I don't know what show he's in, stocks or banking or something like that. He's a millionaire. But again, I'm not intimidated by people and their money, because it doesn't make any sense to me. My money, what I have around me equates to the amount of money that I make, right? So that's just what it is. And what they have in their possessions and around them, it equates to the money they make. It makes sense. I mean, I don't have to be a millionaire to try to be a millionaire and have a millionaire stuff, you know what I mean? I'm saying what I have is equal to what I'm able to afford, and that's like a millionaire. They might have a little extra more money, I mean, but they got more liabilities. Insurance and all this stuff and this and that and your car, and your stuff is higher because you buying higher end stuff. You know what I mean? I'm driving BMWs all the time, but I'm still paying BMW, insurance and so on and so forth. About it being, I'm leasing. He talked to me about that too. Everything he said about that too. If you ever look at this video, I was actually doing exactly what he said I shouldn't be doing. But I've been always rolling like that though, But yeah, he had said some things, and I want to say, well, actually, that's what I do too, Charles. And it was kind of like detrimental stuff if you look at it financially. But he was just talking about, how guys get all that money, and we started talking about MC Hammer trying to take care of the hood, and Mayweather only got a 7th grade education, losing his plane to this guy because he didn't sign the bottom line. He lost his plane. They all, all these people in Las Vegas, money from this gold and all this stuff. And I said, the more money you had, the more problems. It's as simple as that. Jay-Z said it. Now Jay-Z is about to be broke. Diddy is done, but he always gonna have some money in the cake because he got them tapes. So Diddy when he get out of jail, he's still gonna have some money. But some people ain't gonna have no money. Some people, and I was like, the higher you are, the longer the fall is. He was like, you're right. And being I'm just a couple years older than Chuck, you know what I mean, which he don't mind me calling him Charles. So I'm only a couple of years older than him, and he said, I was telling him how I first met him, a long time ago, and we talked about that ever so briefly. And we started talking about other things. We was talking about life and in general, and talking about basketball players and the state of the NBA and things like that, and LeBron holding up everything until everybody figure out where LeBron gonna go. The commissioner, LeBron gotta go to a mansion party. That's why they doing it. LeBron, the NBA has turned into Hollywood. It's just turned into a whole bunch of mansion party initiates that if you want to get into the game and you want to get it, aside if you don't have any real skill, I don't know. I don't get it. Everybody don't go to the mansion parties, but some people go to mansion parties. And we know LeBron dressed in that maid outfit went to Diddy's mansion party because the maid outfit is there, and Diddy, yeah. So it is what it is. Charles would never do anything like that. Charles would have put his foot up P. Diddy's butt if he even thought he could do something like that. But Charles is real. Charles, man, I don't do parties. He was saying some stuff. Can't tell you everything he said. But he just made it feel like, yo, Charles could be a homie from around the corner. Straight up. You can just call, yo, what you doing, Chuck? Yo, what you doing, fool? Something like that. You know how Charles talk. You know what I mean? Yo, all right, come on around. Let's hang out. Let's do what I want to do, blah, 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 whatever it is. So, you know, not to disclose everything we spoke about, but just to let you know he's just a real guy. So I told him when I got in the car, I'm like, look, I'm an old head. I'm going to take a leap. On the way up there, he was like, yo, I got you. All right, cool. So I usually take exit 10 before I go into New York, or when I'm going to JFK, I'll do exit 10 because it's just before 13. And then I can get drop that thing off. And now, depending on how long it takes me to get from 10 to 13 and 13 to either JFK or where we went today. So, yeah. So we got out the car, and you see that video. You see that video right now. It's right on my YouTube page. It's actually on my Facebook page, and I think I put it on the Instagram page. Where we got out the car, I thought he was gonna stay in like he don't want to be bothered. Shoot, Charles got out, went to the restroom. A lot of people didn't even know him, and you know, because you could tell, because all he had on was some shorts, a t-shirt, and some sneaks. You would never known it was him. You just wouldn't. But then a couple of people saw him. It was definitely the brothers and sisters saw him. And then, of course, other people saw him, too. Can you take, I love you. Take a picture with you. I got to take a picture. So while he's taking pictures, I'm over here checking out some fragrances at the counter. And then she talking about, who is that? I said, it's Charles Barkley. Oh, who is Charles Barkley? He's a basketball player. He's an NBA basketball player. He retired. What's his name again? Charles Barkley. So she's seeing everybody taking pictures. The young lady who's selling the UAE costs too much fragrances I've never heard of in my life. And she's like, can he come and take a picture with me? I said, well, you'll see the video. I'm like, I can't. Come over and take a picture with you. I mean, you need to make an effort. Come from behind that counter, selling crazy fragrances, you know what I mean, that I don't want. And maybe you come out here and take a picture with you. Because Charles took a picture with everybody. Then the young lady said, you want a snack or anything, Charles? He was like, no, I'm cool. So on the way out the door, he was like, oh, you want something to drink? I'm like, no, I'm good. Let's get back on the road. Let's get popping. Yeah, we got back on the road. I said, well, I don't open your door because you might get upset at me. Because that's how he is. He didn't need me to open his door. He didn't need me to cater to him like, a superstar. Yo, that dude is real. That brother real. Ain't nothing like a real brother, man. A real brother who make real money, who's out there. I mean, these CEOs might make good money, but nobody know them for a can of paint unless they're in the financial world. But if you're a basketball player, everybody know you no matter what world you in. Whether you even look at basketball. Obviously, that young lady at the counter didn't never look at basketball. She just knew a lot of people was taking pictures with him, and she wanted to join in. So you need to get up behind your butt and get off and come back out there and take a picture with him, or you're going to miss out. And then I dropped him off. We had to drop him off at, and this young man, he was kind of catering to him as well. We both catering to him. And he came, he was like, who was that? His Indian guy. Who was that? I said, it was Charles Barkley. Who? Charles Barkley, the basketball player. Oh. Now, he already took a picture of him like he knew who he was. But he's going to wait till Charles get in, and then he's going to come out to me and ask me who he was. That's crazy, right? But cool brother. Real cool brother, man. And like I said, he was cool the first time I met him. Back in, we figured it was around 1998 when I met him. I was producing this young lady over here in my studio, and she was pregnant. And I was on my way taking her back home. Yeah, it was 98. Around 98, in between 98 and 2000, 96 and 98, something like that. Because he said, well, I was with the Sixers, blah, 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 so it had to be around this time. And that's how I met him downtown on South Street. And I was with the sister who I was working with, and she was pregnant. She wanted to go get something to eat before she went home. And then blah, 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 we stopped in this place, and it was Charles and Joel Henderson and somebody else sitting together. And he was like, yeah, that's where we used to hang out. We used to hang out there after they played games or whatever. We used to hang out down there on South Street. So I had already met him before. I mean, years ago, though. We're talking almost 40 years ago. Well, not quite 40. If it was about 30 years ago. About 30 years ago, I met him. And yeah, he was nice then. He was cool then, cracking jokes then. And he's still a real cool guy, man. How lucky did I get? Because I didn't think I was going to get any work today. All of a sudden, I manifest yesterday. I'm like, oh, I got some work. And I saw Charles Barkley. I said, this is probably not the Charles Barkley. This is probably somebody that happened to have his name, Charles Barkley. But it had VIP top client. Had all these instructions and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that must be Charles, but still, I was supposed to pick up, like I said, I was talking about the other day, or today, how I was supposed to pick up Reds, and Red's not really that famous, but he was in the 5 Heartbeats, and he was Reds, the guy who had the red hair, and he was doing a couple more movies. I was supposed to pick him up down the Amtrak one day, and stuff got snafu, and I ended up picking up somebody else instead of him. So, you might have a client all of a sudden get changed. And I was saying also, I said, well, shoot, I might be ready to pick up Charles, and all of a sudden he'll send me something and say, oh, no, we got somebody to do, we want you to do this instead. So, but I was really excited. When I saw him come out through the door, I'm like, yo, that's Charles. Oh, snap. So yeah, very good. Had a great time with him. Very good brother. Unbelievable. I mean, forget as a client, RG, he was just cool from the rip. He was cool to everybody. He met, taking pictures of everybody. He had no problem. We wasn't in no rush to get where we had to get. He said we had plenty of time. And man, we had a good time. So that was it. And of course, at the end of the day, and that's not a $1 bill, that's a one with a couple zeros on it. So, I've been tipped $100 a lot of times. This is probably my 14th $100 tip I have since I've been working there. In 2 years, I've had 14 $100 tips. Keep the count. All right, so this is number 14. I'm gonna try to hold on to this because it's from Charles. There's another one I got from a client, but he wasn't like in the sports or anything. Like Tyrese Maxey didn't give me a tip at all. Not to say I was really expecting for Tyrese because he's a young ball. I'm just bringing him from bam, bam, bam to the airport. It wasn't like we was on a 2-hour ride. Like a lot of times I only get the $100 tips when we're on nice long rides, you know what I mean? Like the gentleman I said that worked with Pink, and I worked with Pink, or knew Pink, or gave Pink some music, whatever. The millionaire with a $32,000 apartment, which maybe wasn't his, but he lived in the building that had a $32,000. I got a $100 tip from him. So, I get $100 tips. I got a $200 tip from a brother I used to go to school with. I tell this story all the time. I went to school with him for like 2 seconds. Gillespie Junior High School. And he ended up being an energy lawyer. I ended up being a SEPTA driver and a musician. And he gave me a $200 tip. And they give me tips even though I've already getting tipped. The tip is already in your pay. They got to pay the gratuity 18% up front. 18 and share for 20. But they 18% gratuity right from the door when they booking the trip. And then you get the extra holler at your boy. So yeah, that's how that went. Was Charles in the fragrances? We really didn't speak about it. We didn't even speak about fragrances. So I don't know. Maybe if he see this video, he'll see that I'm in the fragrances. Not sure how that would work into seeing him again. But I made sure when I left, I was like, well, you can call me back if you need me. Put his hand out, gave me a $100 bill, put his hand out. Got you. And then we started talking some more. He had to do that, he had to come back. I said, all right, don't forget. You can call me, just ask for me. If you want to ride, say, give me that guy I got the ride from. Because I drove for another company today, not for my company, I drove for another company. Sometimes we drive for other companies, different limo companies, depending. And they know I like the big rides, I get the important rides more than likely. Like I said, I got $100 tips all the time. So they give me the big rides, they give me the long rides. That's how I found about the National Harbor, having that long ride, taking a doctor all the way down to Oxford, Maryland, which is actually the harbor, National Harbor. And that's how I found out about the harbor, taking him down there. And he was a doctor, a well-known doctor, and a doctor who could save your life, a pulmonary doctor. So you pick up doctors, scientists, people in the pharmaceuticals, presidents of Burlington, and I picked them up. I picked up a lot of high-end clients. I really have. So, and I'm sure other people who work at the job picked up high-end clients, but I can't talk about theirs. I can talk about my guys. So yeah, we didn't really talk about fragrances. Only thing he even smelled what I had on, because he's kind of not really occupied. But the thing about when you have anybody in the car, I don't care whether it's a superstar like Charles or whether it's just someone who wanted to just take a good ride. You know what I mean? They pay money. You don't bother people. You pick and choose. You wait till they talk to you. Is what the rules were when we first got into the deal. You know what I mean? It tells you, don't bug clients. Don't keep talking to them because they may not want to talk. Some clients I have, all they want to do is do their work, because they might have a meeting They might have a very important meeting where they're going, and they don't want to be talking all day. You know, I don't want to hear all that. So you got to pick and choose. So a lot of times me and Charles had like maybe a 20-minute gap. We wasn't talking because we had a 2-hour ride. So it's like, you know, sometimes we talk and then he'll get on his phone, do his things, and then when I see you free, I might look back and say, oh, by the way, what you think about this? And then we'll start talking about some things. But he was never like, all right, man, hold on, you know, can you just cool out with that? You know, I want to be on the phone. Never said anything like that. Cool brother. And, you know, I guess he really could respect the fact that, you know, I'm an older guy. I don't know if he realized I was older. I said, I didn't know you was that old. You know, he said he was blah, 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 blah. I was like, shoot, I didn't know you was that old. You know, because when I met him, you know, I was in my 30s when I met him. When I was working with the artists, I was like, yeah, let's say about 30 years ago. 30 years, maybe 25 years ago. I was still late 30s going into my 40s. So that was a long time ago when I met Charles on South Street. But I met Allen Iverson. I met Allen Iverson's mom. You know, but they're not doing this. I met Allen Iverson's mom when I was just working at Scepter. I just happened to be, he used to always hang out down City Avenue, Fridays at City Avenue. He had his own booth and everything. Beanie Siegel, all of them would be up there in the special booth. Allen Iverson, Beanie Siegel, all the Philly artists, all the rappers would be up there, man, so on and so forth. And I met his mom. He was playing. His mom was waiting for him to get done. He was supposed to meet up. But I met Allen Iverson at Palmer's, which back in the day, Palmer's was like on 6th and Spring Garden, was right across the street from Transit. So we'd go to Transit, do our thing, then we'd go right across the street to Palmer's. The Palmer's stayed open later, and we hang out at Palmer's. And Allen Iverson with Palmer's had his little tag-alongs, you know, little. Oh, look at all, you know, trying to get drinks from us. I went there, John, like, yo, me and my boys went in there. We saw him in there. You know, we ain't go, how you doing? Can we get your autograph? Man, no, he ain't like that, man. He ain't like that, you know. Because like me and Charles are talking about, some people have been all the way up there, and now they come down. And the fall is longer to hire you up there. You know, you might not fall as far either, but you'll fall far enough to know that, that was a lot of money. I'd rather lose 20,000 or 10,000 than I'm losing 20 million and 10 million. And it's still on the same scale. So, you know, depending on how you live in. I'm a retired guy, you know, some Navy benefits and doing this job and so on and so forth, and a pension and all the good stuff, and, you know, doing my music and doing what I do. I don't get paid much from YouTube, you know, doing these videos. And a lot of people don't buy my music, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I don't really have a side hustle, but I don't want to have to hustle that hard. Because I don't want to even start hustling that hard. And I'll start making all this money from YouTube or wherever, getting these sponsorships and all this stuff. All of a sudden I say one wrong word, and all of a sudden everybody pull these sponsorships, and now I'm back to zero again. So y'all know me, man. I'm not even on hustle like that. I'm not even trying to, like, you know, be a millionaire. My mother and father didn't teach me about money. They taught me how to just be honorable, you know what I mean? And do what you got to do the right thing. That's about it. Nobody care about money. A lot of criminals out here got money, obviously, right? Yes. So I don't look at that way. All right, so that was my ride with Charles. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you. And hopefully you might, I don't know if he's coming back tomorrow, whenever he's coming back, so make sure you ask to call me. Say, look, I want William. Okay, where you at? All right, they call me, yo, I need you to come in and pick up Charles tomorrow and bring him back down to the Yamin or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, it was a great time meeting Charles Barkley. Absolutely. Sir Charles. And I'm being a real sir. Now someone will pray, look at me, I'm do what I tell you to do and open the door and give me some water and all this stuff. Man, if he ain't talk, we ain't talk, wouldn't even know he was in the back seat. Besides him on his phone whatsoever, he was just chilling. Just chilling. I mean, so that was it. And again, my $100 bill. I should have got him to sign it, but I didn't want to get all crazy like that. But I'm gonna put his name on there. And again, we're gonna try to keep this as long as I can keep it. You know, because I, like I said, I've had a lot of $100 bills, but not any from like that. I mean, I took Maria Taylor to New York. She gave me a tip. It wasn't $100, but she gave me a tip. And I took this millionaire gentleman because, you know, picked up from a golf course. Probably I told Charles probably one of the best golf courses, Pine Valley. Probably one of the best golf courses in the country. And this guy, he big business. He was an Asian gentleman, Korean, and he gave me a $100 tip before I dropped him off. So yeah, they come. But like I said, he was just a golfer. He was just a millionaire. He had these businesses. He had factories, and he was a copper investor. I'm a copper investor too, a little bit, not pennies either. But yeah, that's what it is. So you never know who you're gonna meet. If their name is on the manifest, and you know, then. But you may meet some people that you don't even know they're millionaires until you realize, oh snap. Because everybody who gets a limo doesn't necessarily have to be a millionaire. I can get a limo. I get 50% off. So I can just get me a limo, just go downtown and come back. I mean, drive me down to the airport and wait for me to eat lunch and then take me back home. Why did the music stop? I see my computer start acting funny after a while, and then the music has stopped. All right, so what y'all heard was the experiences of instrumentals. So again, by Charles Barkley. If you want to, take the time to buy some of my music. You go to RaJuRmusic.com, and all the links to my music will be right there, whether it's Apple, Spotify, whoever. And or I can see the music directly if you hear any songs I'm ever playing, besides the ones I'll get a copyright strike for, because believe it or not, I'll get a copyright strike for playing my own music. But that's how it's supposed to work. That way I get paid. So if you play my music, I'm getting paid. Period. This is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I've had this laptop. I got like 4 MacBook Pros. And this one right here is still trying to hang on. So that's why it's back here, just enough for me to play my music on it. But yeah, the music went out. That's okay, because we're about to call it night anyway. It's 11:10. So we're going to call it a night. But yeah, thank you, Charles. Okay? And thanks to everybody who's involved in that and me getting this job. Thanks to my man, Will. Of course, Will always take care of me. He said, you know I'm going to take care of you. Yeah, Will always take care of me. He got that. Will be putting me down with the with the heavy hitters, and I appreciate that. He said, I ain't going to mess with your money. And he put me there with the heavy hitters. And I would have had some more heavy hitters again if I had been able to coordinate with this other chauffeur, taking some clients who was there to look at the game up in MetLife up in New York. If we had worked it out, I would have just, like I said, just been getting home. And I heard they were all high-end clients. So that would have been a nice pickup, too. That would probably been a nice, big, juicy tip. But, again, sometimes not even about the tip. I mean important people, sometimes they don't tip me. And I know they got money. But, it'd be like, you know what? If it was a good conversation and I learned something, or maybe I got a tip, that they told me something that I could probably use in me having this business that I have, or what I do within any business that I want, and I can just pick their brain about a little bit of this, or I hear them talking a little bit about this to somebody else on the phone, like, yo, you better grab some of that tomorrow, because it's about to pop off. I'm going to Charles Schwab, or I'm going to E-Trade, and I'm going to grab me some of that you know what I mean? So you just never know who you're going to meet. But it's really just more or less not being starstruck, and it's also just being personable, and just knowing how to have a great conversation without, knowing how to be articulate enough that someone be like, oh, yeah, I love talking to this guy because he knows how to talk. He doesn't talk like he in the hood. He don't talk like he just graduated after 7th grade. And he's not repetitive, and he's knowledgeable about some things as well. So that's what I get out of it, and I appreciate him really, really giving me some play. All right? All right, so, and before I go, this always going to be one of my, not sponsored or anything. They're really cool. Are these stickers? Oh, shoot, these are stickers. Okay. I'm going to put some of these stickers in my studio. Retail Community Love Hub. And they are down by, that's where I got my Dr. Sebi shirt from, which I will be wearing again tomorrow. Man, I like my Dr. Sebi shirt. I mean, this right here is a cool shirt. Y'all know what this is. That's the what's-called shirt, the Supreme joint. I like the Supreme shirts too. But, $1 million boys club shirts. But the Dr. Sebi joint is really fly, really fly. And I can't wait to get back down there too, man. Maybe I'll run to some more money. I can get back down there again to take a trip down to National Harbor, because I really had a great time. Besides the karaoke night, waiting 25 songs to sing, and like 20 of the songs, the same person kept getting up and singing, which is a pain in the behind. I won't spend that much time at karaoke night anymore. I could have been we was there for like an hour and a half. I could have been doing anything else. Could have been walking around the Ferris wheel. It was a lovely night. Best time to go down there when it's hot like this is at nighttime, going to the National Harbor. Because all the places are still open. Food's still open. You can walk around. You can go on the Ferris wheel if you want. And I'll probably go on the Ferris wheel next time. I'll probably give it a go. Man, I don't want to get stuck on the top of that bad boy, though. Gosh. Oh man, I was like get stuck in an elevator here in the complex. But yeah, I might give it a try. Like I was on an aircraft carrier in the middle of the Indian Ocean for like 110 days, and on a cruise, the whole cruise was about 6 months. So, I mean, I was an aircraft carrier. I couldn't go anywhere until we got to port. Wasn't no getting off, wasn't no getting on. The aircraft carrier full of jets that could have crashed into the aircraft carrier, could have hurt a lot of people, and all that stuff. But I stayed on that, so I ain't gonna be sissying on no Ferris wheel. I probably would take the Ferris wheel and take it up and down. Um, that's gonna be about it. That's gonna be about it. So RG, now that you're here, I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna wash some clothes. I'm gonna get the rest of some songs over to you. Forgot which ones I haven't sent you, so I'll probably just send you everything all over again. Just make sure you have it all. So if anybody ever want to buy some tracks from me, just cash at me like RG did. Cash at me, and I'll see you as many tracks as you want for the price that they cost. And be like, so I got to send. I get a chance to give Charles my information, so I'm gonna give it to his concierge and make sure he gets some information on my music. And probably try to reach out to him. I'm sure he got a Facebook page or maybe something like that. I'll send him a list like that. But yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, I got you, brother. I got you, no doubt. I ain't forget about you. So yeah, I ain't forget about you, brother. You know that. So that's about it. Community Love Hub, Harbor, look him up. And very cool brothers. Very cool brothers, for sure. And then we have Chew and Quan. Chew and Quan are really cool. NBA Quan, NBA Quan, whatever. Facebook, TikTok. I don't do TikTok. But anyway, NBA Quan, it can get a little frustrating sometimes because all Chew do a lot of cussing and fussing. But overall, if you know that that's just the way the dude is, he don't mean no harm. You know what I mean? It's just, he came from the hood. He liked to fuss and cuss a little bit. You know, when his nephew get him riled up and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to look at. I can't take the long hourly ones. It's like a whole hour long. I usually check out Chew and Quan's short dips, and yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. All right, so yeah, that's about it, man. My computer done gave it up for the night, so we're gonna let it get some rest. Cause usually I just keep it on all night, cause I want to make sure in the morning I can, if I'm doing video, it's already ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And again, the fragrance for the day from the house of Collage, first on vanilla, light vanilla, not too vanillic, but it did got some woods at the end of the day. Some you might want to wear at night. I smell a little bit of maybe like some violet. It's violet or something else in here. Some florally, but it's a very light floral. Very light floral. So yeah, check this out. I got this from Eastern Notes, and they close tomorrow. But like I said, I'm trying not to buy too many more fragrances, man. I'm laced up here. I only want one, and that's that Nasaba. I do want that in 100 mil. I do. I want Savannah too. Savannah's a good one from City Rhythm. That's a good one too. But it's a peach fragrance. And I got like maybe 3 peaches now. I got a peach from Sarah. I got a peach from I got peach velvet from a UAE, and I think I got another peach somewhere within my niche collection. So I don't know if I want another peach fragrance. You know what I mean? So Savannah's really like peaches, cream, and some freaking baked banana pie or something. And I smell some chicken wings in here too. I think it's Savannah, man. It's Georgia. Savannah, Georgia. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to get. Cookouts and peaches. That's what Georgia does. Georgia peach. So yeah, so check out City Rhythms. Check out Zernell Gilly. Y'all know I got that new one from him called The Rock. Just pick that up. Perfumology. Make sure you check out the y'all know the Pursuit of Happiness and Pursuit of Happiness 250. And what other fragrances that I'm really, really trying to jump on? Did you have a birthday coming up soon, or has it passed? I don't like talking about my birthday, man. It's really no big deal to me, man. I live my day to day, minute to minute, hour to hour. I'm cool. But yesterday was actually my birthday. Was yesterday. But I don't go around. You don't see me on Facebook. It's my birthday. Look at me. It's my birthday. I don't even do that, man. It's not important to me. It ain't more important than anybody else. You know what I mean? I just keep it pushing, man. I don't have to be celebrating birthdays and holidays and all this stuff, man. They're all days to me. I think it's still a day. When it comes down to it, either I'm going to have to get up and go to work, I'm at to clean my apartment, wash some clothes, go out and eat. All of this is just a day. It's just how creative I want to make the day. Do I want to talk about fragrances? Do I want to get back in the studio? Do I want to go hang and do some karaoke? Do I just want to eat a good grub and chill? Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And that's it. But yeah, man, y'all, you know I'm day to day, man. I'm day to day, man. You know what I mean? I'm not celebrating no birthdays or anything like that. Not over Facebook, then everybody knows my birthday. I don't need that much attention. I'm not an attention hubber like that. I said hubber because I'm looking at the Community Love Hub. Yeah, you know me, man. I come on here and do videos. Whether you've been the only one here tonight, that's it. Only one person been here, and that's you, and that's cool enough. You here, but see, I know I can share this. I can share this video everywhere. I just don't like doing pre-recorded videos. You know, everybody's starting to do live videos now because everybody tired of that pre-recorded. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know what I mean? People just do live stuff now. If I feel like doing that pre-recorded and putting intros and all that stuff in there, waste of time. Just talk about what you want to talk about and get it done with. You know? And again, if you got to dig up your nose, or you got to sneeze, or you got to fart, or whatever, man, it is what it is, man. That's the human part of us. I gotta light the Yamin back up one more time because it's still hot. Let me throw a piece on it real quick. Let me throw a piece on the Yamin since the music ain't playing no more. But it's still hot. It's still ready for another piece. So we're gonna grab something from this joint right here. My jewel, my sus, my hoop. I wrote. I'll move these out the way because they're done burning. But the charcoal is still ready to go. There you go. Lay them on top of there. Should start popping in a minute because the coal is still hot. But if you close it up, I think if I close it up, it'll start burning. I see a little bit coming up now. So instead of me burning candles all the time, I just do this. How's your boy? Bernie's joint, they burn for about 10, 15 minutes. They done burning, that's it. You done. Going about your business. I got the calamite. I probably will buy some more of this calamite powder joint though. Because this calamite, man, I'm going through this too fast. But I think if I buy anything, it'll probably be this calamite. Because it's already ground up. You know, it burns for like maybe a good 5 minutes. But man, it smells so good when it burns. Make you want to just put your clothes over top of it. Just put your clothes over top of it. Mix it with other fragrances. Let it burn like that right there. There you go. Calamite, my jewel. I gotta see if I can get that someplace else a little bit cheaper than what's called, than Arabian Oud, because this is very expensive, but it smells so good, man. I mean, you'll go through it so fast. Put that back up there where it belongs. I might wear the apple tomorrow. I haven't really given this a wear. Might wear the apple, or I might wear the snake, the red snake joint up here. I'm not sure which one to wear. I don't know what I'm wearing tomorrow. We'll see. Heaven willing, we just be chilling. All right. So that's it. So I'm out. Talk to y'all later. Really cool. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you. Appreciate your kindness. Appreciate your concierge kindness. Appreciate my man Will at the gig. And yeah. To the next stars I meet. Because you never know who you're going to meet. All right? I got to go. I have to work tomorrow, so I can stay up a little bit late tonight. I can stay up. When I know I got to work, I have a client like, Charles, or I have a client like a big-time client, and I know it's going to be a big-time client. I can tell because I can just look at where they live at. I get kind of nervous because I don't want to, first of all, have to call out like, oh, snap, I'm not feeling well, whatever. I want to make sure I can make it. And then I don't sleep that well because I'm trying to make sure I feel well throughout the night to make sure when morning comes, I'm ready to go and get this high-end client because I like high-end clients. So we're going to write Charles Barkley on this $100 bill. Keep it a souvenir. I might just put it in my studio. pin it in the studio. Let it sit there. Psych. Maintenance coming here, man. Tomorrow we was looking for, we heard there was a roach in here and we need to exterminate the whole place. And next, take my $100 bill off my wall, even though I got cameras back there. Nah, dog. Or maybe I should put, you know what, no, I'm going to put this in the studio, but I'm going to put it underneath something. And I'm going to forget I have it. And I'm going to wonder what I did with it. And it's going to take me 5 years to find it. Like I'm still trying to find my Springfield Hellcat. It's somewhere around here. I hid it from myself for 2 years now. Ain't no way it is, man. All right, I'm out. Check out my website, RaJuRmusic.com, RaJuR music.com, or you can just Google RaJuR, RaJuR Holloman, HOLLOMAN. You can Google me there, and you can check me out, and the AI will tell you who I am and what I do and all the things I've done and whatever, Navy, SEPTA, whatever. That's how you get to know me. If you like my channel, like my channel. If you don't like it. Do what you gotta do. I ain't telling nobody to do nothing. Except what you want to do. Do what you want to do when it comes to coming here. Because I'm not here to make friends. I'm here just to share information. And hopefully you can learn something from me. And hopefully I can learn something from you. All right, I'm out. RG, thank you for sticking with me all night. It's just me and you, bro. So feel exclusive. My man. I give the songs to you ASAP. All right, I'm out. Later, y'all.